Captain Hendricks strode onto the bridge of the Odyssey, humanity's first interstellar ship. He settled into the command chair and gazed out the viewport at the inky blackness of space. This was his ship, his crew. After years of work, they were finally ready to seek out new worlds beyond our solar system. "Helmsman, take us out," Hendricks ordered. "Aye, sir." Plotting a course for Alpha Centauri, came the reply. The ship rumbled to life as the massive thrusters engaged. Slowly, they built speed, faster and faster, until the stars blurred. The Odyssey was on her way. Hendricks looked around at his bridge crew, swelling with pride. Lieutenant Akari was his talented helmsman, able to thread a needle at near light speed. Lieutenant Commander Rajavi manned the science station, directing the ship's powerful sensors, and his stalwart tactical officer, Lieutenant Ito, kept a watchful eye out for any dangers. He had hand-picked every member of his crew from the Academy's best and brightest. Together, they would venture forth into the unknown, seeking out new civilizations and discoveries. This was the reason Hendricks had dedicated his life to the Space Corps. The sense of adventure, of exploration, discovering the mysteries of the cosmos. "Captain, picking up some strange readings from the third planet around Alpha Centauri B," Rajavi called out. "Preliminary scans indicate it may be capable of supporting life." Hendricks stood quickly, his pulse elevating. This is what they had come all this way for. "Helm, set a course. Let's go take a look." The Odyssey swooped low over the alien world. It was breathtaking, a lush planet teeming with exotic flora and fauna. Wispy clouds swirled through its atmosphere and vast oceans sparkled below. "I'm detecting structures on the largest continental mass, indicative of an intelligent civilization," Rajavi reported. "Hail them," Hendricks ordered. He stood tall, tugging on his uniform jacket. First contact with an alien species. He wanted to make a good impression as representative of humanity. Static crackled over the ship's speakers. Then an eerie voice responded. "Unidentified vessel, you are trespassing in sovereign space. Power down and prepare to be boarded." The crew exchanged uneasy glances. This was not the welcome they had expected. "My name is Captain Hendricks of the U.S. Odyssey. We come in peace from the planet Earth." "Lies. We know you are the returned scourge here to torment us again, but we will not submit without a fight." The ship rocked as weapons fire impacted the shields. Warning klaxons blared to life. "Evasive maneuvers," Hendricks barked. "Get us out of range." "Belay that order," he added after a moment. "Open a communications channel." Hendricks stood calmly as the channel clicked open. "Please, we mean you no harm. We are explorers from humanity. We came seeking friendship." The blasts ceased. After a long pause, the alien responded. "How can we trust creatures that come from the sky? Too many times your kind have rained death upon us." The captain pondered this. He chose his next words carefully. "I understand your caution, but I give you my word. We come in the spirit of peace. If you permit, a small delegation will beam to the surface unarmed. Let us speak face to face." There was another pause. "Very well, but be warned. Any deception will be met with swift retaliation." Hendricks assembled the away team. Rajavi and Ito would join him on the planet's surface, leaving Akari in command. They materialized in a rocky field before a delegation of aliens. The beings resembled giant mushrooms, with slender stalk-like limbs capped by bulbous heads. A trio of eyes sprouted from their caps on wiry stalks. The aliens wore metallic harnesses bristling with weaponry. One stepped forward, tendrils writhing in agitation. "I am Sporos, guardian of my people. Explain yourselves, invaders." Hendricks introduced himself and his crew. We journeyed across the void seeking new civilizations to meet in peace. I apologize for our intrusion. We did not mean to give offense. Sporos studied them, beady eyes blinking. Never before have your kind approached with talk of peace. Always they seek to dominate, to control. We are not like those others, Hendricks said. Humanity also knows the horrors of war, but we have evolved to settle our differences through understanding. Let us start anew. He extended a hand. Sporos eyed it curiously, then clasped it with a tendril. Very well. Perhaps you speak the truth. Sporos led them to a sprawling underground city, lit by bioluminescent growths. Strange architecture spiraled upwards, sculpted from stone by carefully guided fungi. The conclave gathered in a vast cavern, representatives of the various fungal strains conferring in whispers. Sporos brought them forth. Elders, I present the humans, who claim they come in friendship. I believe they may be sincere. The elders rustled. You trust readily, Sporos. These humans emerged from the same void as the tyrants. How are we to know they do not serve the great blight? Hendrik spoke up. We know nothing of these others you speak of. We only wish for open exchange between our peoples. The conclave debated. Finally, the Grand Elder sighed. Desperate times call for faith. The blight will return sooner or later, and we must be ready. Perhaps these humans can aid us. She turned to Hendricks with a creaking sound. We shall give you a chance. Off-worlder, prove yourselves true, and we shall welcome you in fellowship. Over the next days, the crew of the Odyssey learned much from their new allies. The mushroom beings who called themselves the Mycona told of a terrible scourge that periodically emerged from the void. The great blight and their legions of decay swept across worlds, leaving only ruin in their wake. It seemed they served some dark entropic power opposed to all life. But they were not without weaknesses. The Mycona and their ancestors had fought them off many times. In return, Hendrik spoke of Earth and humanity's long road to the stars. They were no strangers to war and darkness, but now sought enlightenment and community with fellow sapient life. When the time came for the Odyssey's departure, a friendship had bloomed between their peoples. Hendrik stood with the elders as shuttles ferried crew back to the ship. Farewell, friend Hendricks, the Grand Elder said. Your words and deeds have rekindled hope. The blight will return, but now we need not face it alone. We look forward to that day, Hendricks replied. Whenever the darkness threatens, call and we shall come. Back aboard the starship, the captain gazed out at the receding planet with satisfaction. First contact had gone better than expected. Humanity had potential allies out here. Hendricks wandered the ship speaking with the crew about their experiences. They would have much to report back to Earth. This mission was proving a success, but it was only the beginning. He stopped by Rajavi's station to check some readings. Anything of note, Commander? I picked up some faint signals from the outer system, bearing signs of antimatter propulsion. I don't believe it merits concern yet, but I'll continue to monitor. Very good. Keep me apprised. Hendricks headed for his cabin, ready to rest after the long day planet, sighed. He sat at his desk, updating his log. This was the life he had dreamed of since he was a boy in Chicago, looking up at the night sky, exploring the cosmos, seeking out new worlds and species. Today, they had made history. The blight was out there somewhere, and many other wonders and dangers yet unknown. But come what may, the Odyssey would face it together, venturing boldly into the final frontier. Their mission of discovery had only just begun.